Yeah, theirs is next. Respect.
There you go.
VM1 is a side story. I know VM1 is the base game, I'm pretty sure. Because they said that there's events in the side story that overlap with events in the base game. I haven't seen any yet, but there has to be some, which kind of proves that the side stories can't be canon to the base game. Now, that means, of course, it's probably like, oh, gee, why are some of the things similar, though, between the side stories and the event? That's because it's a clone of the base game. The side story is a clone of the world from the base game. So, of course, some things will be there, but in different ways. Like, that's why I think what Sayori talks about when she's walking with MC in her route. Did you remember she was talking about that one poem that sounded very similar to her fucking flower poem that she talks about in the side story? And then she's like, no, MC, like this. And the example she uses is very similar to that. It's like, that's because it's a cloned universe. So it's like, it was just repurposed in another way.
Oh.
Because, yeah, a lot of people have been saying this side story is really good, so okay.
Okay, well, let's see.
Several weeks since the club was officially started. Through their initial setbacks, their 3 club members so far, Monika, Sayori, and Yuri, have increased their collective bond with within the club. Sayori has partaken in some of Yuri's high fantasy literature, and all 3 of them, led by Sayori, have taken an interest in poetry. A day like any other, the 3 find themselves suddenly interrupted by the clubroom door opening. And in walks a girl none of them have seen before. Sayori tugs excitedly at Monika's sleeve. Yuri shifts in her seat and buries her eyes in her book. Are you here for the literature club? Yeah. Yay, that's great. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so I know what the side story... they talk about elevated permissions. The side stories are what DDLC would be if Monika didn't know she was aware. But
yeah.
This is basically what it is. The side stories are quite literally DDLC if Monika didn't know she was aware. Then this is how the game would start.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Because they say, like, give her elevated permissions without her knowing. And they cloned the world. Also, yeah, in the base game, yeah, Monika says we should wait until we're better friends, which would make sense after the side stories. Exactly. Yeah. Where she's like, I'll tell you maybe we're all better friends first. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You guys already are better friends.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Q210 has subbed with the Prime. Thank you. They clone the world that's in the past. No, I think this game's events take place in 2019. That's probably when development of DDLC Plus started. If we're being honest. Maybe. That's probably why. Because, yeah, we had those new renders for a while. Hey, that's great. Thanks for stopping by. It's kind of a small club still, so it's really exciting to see new faces. Yeah. Come and sit down somewhere. You can sit next to my desk. Ray prances over to her desk and presses her palms into it. Oh, and Yuri can make you some tea. Yuri looks up at Sayori in protest for having drawn attention to her. Natsuki silently glances between everyone and sits down next to Sayori. Monika follows by sitting nearby. The sudden gathering prompts Yuri to stand up, deciding that standing in the corner and making tea doesn't sound so bad after all. Okay then, how about we all introduce ourselves? Okay. Well, I'm Monika. I'm the one who started the club. I was originally in the debate club, but I really wanted to do something I felt more passionate about, if that makes sense. So I started the literature club as a way for people to express themselves through writing or reading, or whatever other kind of literature. You know, I figured it was your club. You have that vibe. I have what vibe? Oh, you know, like... Never mind. I'm not gonna judge people I just met like that. Aw, thank you, Natsuki. Very adult-like of you. Very adult-like of you. I always judge people so hard. Sorry. Oh my god.
How Natsuki in this is like, I'm not gonna judge you, I just met you. Meanwhile, as soon as MC steps in the club, ew!
Yeah. Also, thank you, Seth Q, for the Prime sub. I don't know if I said that or not. But again, that's the thing. Yeah, she says that, but that's probably the overlap they're mentioning. They're like, some of the things of this virtual machine is overlapping with what they talk about over here.
Yeah.
That's probably the overlap. So yeah, it's like the side stories don't have to adhere to what happens in the base game because this is a copy with different events happening. Oh, no you don't, Sayori. Yes, she does. Yuri's deadpan voice carries across the room. Natsuki giggles. I'm Sayori. I just like learning about everyone and making friends. Oh, and I also like poetry. Oh yeah? Very adult-like of you. Hehe. I'm an adult. Sound of Yuri's electric kettle steaming up fills the room. Oh, that's Yuri. Yuri lowers her voice. She's kinda shy, but she's really nice and super smart. She likes big fantasy books and tea, and I love her. Whoa, what? What? Sayori!
Oh my god. Sayori loves her.
All of the shippers.
Yeah.
It's like, Sayori, you can't just say that! The internet! They're gonna see!
They're gonna see.
Well, I guess that leaves me then. I'm Natsuki. I like listening to music and hanging out downtown and stuff. Oh, that's why. Hanging out downtown, okay. And my favorite ice cream flavor is strawberry. There you go, okay. Weird fact. Ooh, let's get ice cream! My favorite flavor is probably cookie dough, and maybe chocolate. It's cookie dough. And Monika's is probably vanilla. What the heck? I take way too many online quizzes. The ice cream ones are always accurate. Wait, is Monika's favorite vanilla? Bro! That's why she's my best girl.
Disgusting. Both of you are horrible.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
What's Yuri's favorite? Natsuki shrugs. Probably green tea. I'm just joking. I have no idea for Yuri. Still, it's pretty chill here. Do you just like hang out or do you actually do club stuff?
Yuri's favorite ice cream would be like something weird like chocolate.
Chocolate isn't weird.
But like what's weird for her.
What? Oh, you meant like something doesn't fit her. I thought you meant like weird for other people. No, Yuri's would be something that's weird for other people. It would be like mint.
She likes some mint. Actually, she might like mint.
Well, we do club stuff too. It just hasn't been very structured yet, since we only have like 3 members. So we just kind of loosely spend our time doing the stuff we like. But I keep thinking it's about time we start with like some more structured club activities. It's been a while by now since I started the club, so yeah. Well, with that being said, what kind of literature are you into, Natsuki? Anything you'd like the club to get into? Well, I guess I'm... literature. Well, I like manga. Manga? Hey, why'd you say it like that? I want to read manga in the club. Wait, hold on a second. That sounds so great. Like, after all I've been doing all this, He returns to the desk with a tray of teacups, which he sits down on an empty desk. After all of the deep and immersive reading I've been doing, I wouldn't mind doing something a little more simple. Manga isn't simple. If you think that, you just don't understand the nuance. I didn't mean simple like that. Well, anyway, putting manga aside, is there any other kind of literature that you're interested in? Well, not really. In that case, have you considered the anime club? Damn.
Oh my god.
Are you serious? I'm not gonna join the anime club. Actually, though, she makes a valid argument. Actually,
that was kind of like passive aggressively mean for Monika.
I don't know, but this kind no, Monika makes a decent point though. Hold up here. Natsuki's not interested in any other pieces of literature but manga.
I guess not.
Then you should probably join the anime club. Wait a minute. Wait, that's kind of true. Like, if we're being totally honest here, if you're joining a literature club, that means you most likely join for like, you like tons of different genres of literature. But if you only really like one small piece of that, you should probably join the thing that probably also focuses on that small piece. I feel like joining the literature club just feels kind of weird to join.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking this is like everyone judges her like, you like manga, and then later they're like, it's fine.
It's like if that's the only thing you like, then yeah, if Natsuki says she liked poems, then yeah, she'd be allowed in. But she's like, I don't like anything else, just manga. Then yeah, maybe you probably should join the anime club.
Zero, you're just rude.
I mean, I'm just saying, it kind of makes sense.
It kind of does.
It's full of weird guys. Okay, maybe you shouldn't join that.
She has a point.
Come on, is that big of a deal? Manga is literature, right? I mean, I guess if you consider the literal definition of literature, then technically, I get it. Look, I'll do whatever club activities you want. Can I please just join? I won't bother anyone. I can just, like, keep my manga here and hang out after school. I'll do literally whatever you want me to do. That's fine, right? Yeah, I guess there's nothing wrong with that. Oh my god, thank you. You're the best. I have most of it crammed in my locker, so I'm gonna start getting it, okay? Natsuki stands up. Need some help? Nah, I got it. I don't want you to see my locker. If you say so, there's no way it's worse than mine. I hope we never find out, then. Natsuki exits the club room, and everyone's in silence, save for the sound of Yuri sipping her tea. Yuri's just like, I think that went well. Oh, I'm such a pushover. Hey, it's not that bad. Natsuki seems like a lot of fun. Maybe, but I mean, she has, like, no actual interest in literature, you know? I could see Monika's point here. She's not, like, fully being mean.
Yeah.
I could see both sides of this coin. This is kind of both sides of this kind of problem here, because Monika makes a good point, because she's the leader. It's also the fact that she's the leader, and she wants the people of her club to actually be interested in her club. Because think about it. Natsuki really just showed up and said, I'll do whatever you want. Can I just join and keep my manga here and hang out here after school? Like, Natsuki doesn't actually have an interest in literature. She's just using the club as a place to hang out. So it's like Monika actually wanted... This is during the time where Monika wanted to actually start a literature club.
Yeah.
Like, this is before where the literature club became something different, you know? So it's like, she's making a valid argument, honestly. Both sides are making valid arguments. But she also doesn't know about Natsuki's home life. I think once she learns about that, she'll actually accept it more. And that's normally fine, but she said she would she said she would participate in club activities like it's some kind of obligation. Exactly. Her tea is going to get cold.
Yuri, oh my
Thank you,
God.
Yuri.
That's her input on this.
Yeah. Wait, that's not related. Well, I think everyone deserves a chance. Especially if we can bring her happiness. Besides, maybe we should take a liking to literature. Are you sure you don't just want to read her manga, Sayori? Hey, who do you think I am? Sorry, I didn't mean that. I just feel really uneasy about this. You have any opinion, Yuri? Not particularly. She said she wasn't going to bother anyone. That includes me, so...
Why is she so like...
She's so stoic! It's so good!
She's like, as long as no one's talking to me.
She's
I'm
just
good.
so stoic and just like unamused. That's so good.
I would never expect her to be like this, but I guess when she gets past her shy stuff, this is how she is.
Yeah, because MC's the only reason she was super shy.
Yeah.
Does that mean I bother you? No, you're a pleasure to be around. I was just fishing for a compliment. I know. But still, I really think we should give her a chance. Yeah, alright. But I really am gonna start enforcing club activities. I'm willing to cooperate. Suddenly, the three of them hear a thump against the door. What was that? Yuri stands up, walks over to the door, then opens it. Thank you. Carrying 3 boxes was presumably manga. Natsuki grunts and wobbles inside before slowly bending over and dropping the stack onto the floor as gently as she can. That's quite a collection. Yuri giggles in excitement while catching her breath. Natsuki replies, what?
How did she fit that in her locker? How big are the lockers?
I don't know. There's still 1 more box. I can put them away myself. I know how to organize them. Monika anxiously glances between Sayori and Yuri. Is this really okay for the club? Maybe it's what she needs to really kick the club into gear before everyone gets too complacent. Seems like things are finally going to start getting more serious. I like these stories. I like this world of DDLC.
Yeah.
And it's not like MC doesn't exist. He does. Sayori literally mentioned him. You said that reminds me of a friend I know. Yeah, so that means he might actually... So that means he exists in this world. I like this world. I also... Don't quote me on this, but I also feel like the side stories, like out of lore context, like why Dan created the side stories, I think the side stories are a test. I was telling Monika about this. I think the side stories are a test from Dan to see if he can actually make the DDLC characters, if he could actually flesh out the DDLC characters and make them full-on characters to actually, like, make, like, a brand out of them. Like, to actually make them, like, full-on, like, these are actual... Like, they already have been doing that, but they've kind of just been relying on the fact of the base game stuff. So I feel like this is kind of a test to see if they can actually fully make them into, like, beloved characters. So far, it's working. Like, they all have pros and cons. They have flaws. At the next club meeting, Monika's the first to arrive. Ever since Natsuki joined, she feels a lot less relaxed. Why am I so nervous? Monika paces, trying to figure out her feelings. Natsuki said she wasn't going to bother anyone, so why does it feel like the atmosphere has changed so much? Monika thinks. The club door opens, revealing Natsuki carrying a box. Another box? Aw. Monika forces a smile as Natsuki makes her way to the closet. Natsuki forces one in return. Need help? No, I got it. Monika awkwardly tries to start some kind of conversation, but fails. Curious, she peeks into the closet where Natsuki's stashing all of her manga. Once dull with school supplies, shelves are now vibrant with bright colors and cute-looking artwork. You know, the top shelf is pretty empty. Maybe we could keep it up there. I can't reach up there. That would be so inconvenient. Yeah, but... Monika sighs. The teachers are going to ask what all the manga's doing. Oh, this manga's doing in here. I have to tell them it's for the literature club. So? Monika backs off and slumps into a desk. This kind of tension, it feels like the relaxed atmosphere accumulated over the past few weeks is being sucked right out of the room. Okay, so you can definitely tell it's a bit of a mutual thing. Natsuki doesn't have that much respect for Monika, but Monika also doesn't have that much respect for Natsuki. Yeah, so that's why it's called respect. Good afternoon! So he spins into the club room. Oh, I see someone's in a good mood. Yeah, because I have this! He brandishes a cookie wrapped in plastic. I found some money and got a cookie. Ooh, that's so pretty. As Sarah trots over to the closet, the colorful shelves catch her eye. Which one do I start with? Well, you can start by giving me a bite of that cookie. No way! I saved up all my luck to find that money. If you want entry into my kingdom, you need to pay the tax, peasant. Ooh. Defeated, Sarah unwraps her cookie and breaks off a piece for Natsuki. Then, Yuri silently walks into the club room. Monika glances at her with pleading eyes, and Yuri returns a quick nod of understanding. Well, everyone's here now. Despite the club only having one more person than before, someone feels twice as lively. Okay, so I think today we should go over some potential club activities and see which ones we want to do first. We have 4 members now, so it'd be great if we found some stuff to do as a group. Does that sound good to everyone? I agree. Okay, so I have some ideas on my own, but I want to hear your ideas too. Well, I've been having a lot of fun learning about everyone else's interests. Maybe we can give each person a day to share their favorite kind of literature with everyone else. Well, maybe. Something tells me that... Monika glances at Yuri and Natsuki. Both appear very unwilling to even consider each other's interests. Some things never change. Out of all the anomalies, some things never change. Maybe we can try to come up with something that everyone can enjoy equally. You know, like we all vote on a book to read or something like that. I think we should all collectively try to expand our interests, rather than just stick to the things we're familiar with. Why does it feel like I'm being targeted here? Natsuki, didn't you say you would go along with whatever the club wanted to do? Well, yeah, but that doesn't make it okay for you to ignore everyone else's preferences. I liked Sayori's suggestion. Yeah, me too. Yeah, but... Monika's voice trails off. Though she let Natsuki join the club, Monika finds it incredibly difficult to relent to her demands. Natsuki doesn't respect the club. Why should Monika have to yield to Natsuki's opinion on anything? Natsuki, are you sure you don't have any other literature interests you could share at the club? I swear, I don't mind if you keep your manga in here, but I just... Natsuki cuts Monika off by suddenly standing up. Well, it's obvious I'm not wanted here, so I'm just going to leave. But I really would have appreciated you being more upfront about it. Okay, I think you're kind of jumping to conclusions here, but you're free to do whatever you want. Natsuki shoots Monika a quick glare before walking straight out of the room. Oh no! Sarah runs after her, leaving just Monika and Yuri. Second time today, Monika slumps down into a desk. Why am I such a jerk? No, she's a jerk! She's just making me feel this way. Monika looks up at Yuri, seeking affirmation. Yuri looks away. She probably just went around looking for the smallest club she could find so that she doesn't have to participate. How does she expect me to give her respect and she has no respect for the club? Am I wrong, Yuri? I'm not good at these things. Monika sighs. Me neither. I just have no idea what to do. I don't want to hurt anyone, but I feel like it's not wrong to enforce the club vision. You know, like, people should join because they want to express their passion for literature. Or at least develop it. So, maybe she's not a good fit for the club after all. Monika sits in silence, ready to accept her tentative conclusion. She looks tense, but she doesn't want to seem to want to add anything. Sorry. You can go back to reading. I know this doesn't concern you. It does. It does? How? Well, I just can't comfortably read in an atmosphere where the peace has been disturbed. Oh. Well, great. I'm just ruining the whole club then. That's not an accurate conclusion to make. I know. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of voicing my frustration. I guess guilt. It's like my frustration wants to blame her. And my guilt wants to blame me. Ugh. Why is it the hardest to be rational during the times you need it the most? I don't think you're being irrational. I think Natsuki is. I was actually about to say that. I was like, Monika's not fully to blame here. Natsuki is also being very irrational. She has no authority to walk in here and make demands of the club. Your club. Something as ridiculous as manga has no place here. The fact that you're even storing it for her should make her completely indebted to you. And now, Yuri is taking it too far. And now, Yuri is taking it too far, and I don't agree with Yuri anymore. Well, you're right, but I don't know. Isn't it kind of harsh to say things like it's ridiculous and it has no place here? Do you not feel the same way? You've been doing everything you can to avoid associating the club with it. I assumed you felt the same way about it. That's not true! Well... Following our conversations with Natsuki, the realization starts to set in. You may be right. I mean, if it was anything besides manga, would I really be acting like this? Maybe I've just been convincing myself that has nothing to do with the manga. I'm really upset that I would let myself do that. A sigh, Monika walks over to the closet. Finds herself staring at the colorful shelves. It's just... really isn't what I had in mind for a club about literature. There shouldn't be anything wrong with that. Monika starts defending her position once again. Complicated issue that Monika had failed to consider before now. Where is the line even drawn at what's considered literature? Lost in thought, she reaches in one of the larger box sets and pulls out a volume, inspecting it for no particular reason. The cover features 4 girls striking cute and exaggerated poses, all dressed in short skirts. Yeah, I mean... Amused by the absurdity of the cover, Monika opens the book. She's trying the manga! Oh, we got this now. Yeah. Yay. He's trying the manga. Okay, I'm starting to see why a lot of people really like the side story. The side story is really good. I really like it. I really like how it's like both sides are at fault here. I actually really like this side story so far. Both sides aren't showing each other mutual respect. This sucks. Why is Monika such a jerk? She should be grateful that I don't even join her stupid club. That I even join her stupid club. Not like she can find any members. Yeah, see? Natsuki's kind of being an ass. Monika's usually really nice. She cares so much about everyone in the club being happy. Yeah, right. Well, she usually does. When she's not busy being so judgmental. What if I'm into manga? I can't just one person accept that instead of being so condescending about it. I accept it. I think it's cute. Oh, come on! That's condescending too! I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I just want to support you. Natsuki sighs. I know. Thanks. Just really sucks. You want me to talk to Monika? I don't know. Not like it's gonna change her opinion of me. Like, even if you're able to convince her to back off, it won't suddenly make me feel like I'm actually welcome in the club. Just find another club. Wait, you don't have to do that! We can figure this out, please! I mean, I'm the vice president. Or at least I think I am. And I don't want you to leave. Everyone deserves to feel welcome. And to be happy. So, I want to make that happen. For you. I was wondering, what was the reason you decided to join the literature club? Well, he hesitates. It's kind of dumb. Aw, don't say that. There's no such thing as a dumb reason when everyone is welcome. I wasn't welcome. You were to me, so just don't tell anyone, okay? Especially Monika. I promise. Natsuki sighs. I'm just tired of everyone judging me all the time. I can't enjoy any of the stuff I'm into without people making snotty comments about it. Not that I care about what anyone else thinks. But you know, Science for Literature Club said that you can be yourself or whatever. So I decided it was at least worth a shot. That was a lie, apparently. As he objectively kicks the toe of her shoe against the wall. Oh, and I like writing too. Really? How come you didn't say that to Monika? Yeah! Why didn't you say that to Monika? Oh my god. Because she was being so judgmental that I didn't just want to tell her something she wanted to hear. That's fair, but like, it's still stupid. That's fair, but still really dumb. That's a really dumb reason still. I don't support that reason fully, Natsuki. That's a dumb reason. That's a really dumb reason. Yeah, that's a bit petty. That's a petty reason. In character, though. She didn't deserve that kind of satisfaction. If she knew I was into writing, she would just be like everyone else and try to push me away from the manga in favor of the more mature thing. Okay, that part kind of might make more sense. She probably would just try to ignore the fact that she likes manga just because she learned she likes writing. That makes a little bit more sense there. The two of them remain silent for a while. Theory understands that it's out of the question for Natsuki to return to the club room for today, at least. I don't know, I still think that Natsuki could have at least told her that she liked writing, but then still don't let her try to conform you into only talking about your writing. Like, she could have did both, like, is my point. She didn't have to get that message across, or to avoid that from happening, she didn't have to not tell her that she didn't like writing. But Natsuki has a reason for wanting to join the club, like everyone else. Part of the club vision for her to be welcome. You deserve to express yourself as much as everyone else does. That's supposed to be what the club is for. So, I'm going to do everything I can to fix this. I promise. It's lunchtime the next day. Cafeteria and hallways are bustling with students rushing to meet with their friends and make the most out of the limited break time. Where could she be? One of them is Monika, who always eats lunch in her classroom, but she has some additional business today. Fearing Natsuki would avoid coming to the club, Monika decided to try to find her during lunch so she could make amends. After searching for an extensive time, Monika finally spots her. Despite her short stature, Natsuki's bright hair helps her stand out from the crowd. Oh gosh. Suddenly feeling awkward, Monika was afraid to get closer. She's with some friends whom Monika doesn't recognize, and they're all energetically chatting together. Tactless to just interrupt them. Oh my god! Another character! Friend 1! Oh! Friend? Natsuki has friends? What? They're a silhouette? Vigilante! Oh. Oh yeah, did you end up joining that literature club or what? Huh? Of course I joined. Why wouldn't I? Ha! I told you she would join! Come on, she only joined because you won't stop giving her crap about the anime club. I told you, I didn't even want to join that stupid club. Oh, sure. Well, you have to give her some credit for at least making an effort to finally grow past that trash. Oh, this is her friends who make fun of manga! True. Well, congrats on finally on graduating middle school, Natsuki. We're proud of you. Shut up! Just let me do my thing! I'm just joking. You know we love you. Yeah, once Literature Club makes you a famous writer, we'll be the first ones to buy your book. What? You're gonna buy her smutty fanfiction? Well, obviously I want a signed copy. It was like years ago! I think I've grown out of it by now. Natsuki wrote fanfiction? I figured, but now that it's confirmed, it's the best. I always figured I always figured she did. I told you I was joking. Besides, good reminder how far you've come since then. Not to mention you couldn't have done it without us. That gives us a pass to joke about it. Yeah, sure. You grow up so fast, it brings a tear to my eye. Lisa only glances in Monika's direction, prompting Monika to quickly turn away and distance herself. What the heck? That was horrible. I should have said something to defend her. Why'd I have to be so conflict avoidant? Not that I deserve to say anything. Hardly better than them. After the way I treated her. Ugh, I'm so awful. I'm not doing anything right. Yeah, Monika very much avoids conflict. But to be fair, how would she really... To be fair, even if Monika wasn't a conflict avoidant person, she couldn't do anything there. Because she doesn't even know how Natsuki feels about her. So if she went to defend Natsuki, and then Natsuki was just like, you made fun of me too! You know, like, who's to say it would even work? Like, Monika was in a very weird position. There was no way she could have even defended her there if she wanted to and make it actually work. After school ends, Monika distractedly makes her way to the club room. Yuri already inside, eyes on a book as usual. Monika picks a desk and slumps into it. Something she seems to be doing rather often lately. Yuri, I don't think I can be club president. I suck at handling anything that doesn't, go, exactly my way. Yuri looks up from her book. It's like, literature club's a place where you get to express yourself. Unless it's a way that I don't like. I'm so mad at myself. I'm especially mad that I didn't have the self-reflection skills to realize what I was doing. Much for maturity. Sorry, I really shouldn't be complaining out loud like this. There's just a lot on my mind. No. I enjoy listening. Really? Why? Yuri shrugs. It just makes me feel nice. Oh, well, okay. I guess I'll just continue then. Yuri nods. Yeah. Natsuki's kind of a blunt attitude, you know? Made me feel like she wasn't taking the club seriously. I couldn't even figure out why she wanted to join. I saw her friends talking to her in the hallway during lunch. They were just so mean to her. Telling her to grow up and stuff like that. That the literature club would help her grow out of her manga. It just made me so mad. Just let her enjoy it. It makes her happy. Why are you trying to take that away from her? When I had that thought, it was when I came to the realization that I was kind of doing the same thing. Just in a roundabout way. I should have made her feel good about being passionate about something. And I just dismissed it. No, I was actually trying to avoid acknowledging it at all. I even did that with you, Yuri, when you first joined the club. You did? Yeah, I remember. Fantasy isn't really my thing, so I was kind of trying to dismiss it. Then Sayori jumped in and took over the conversation. I should have reflected on that, but I didn't, because I just let Sayori handle it instead. Now I'm repeating the same mistake. I really hurt someone this time. Monika shakes her head. I'm so tired of being afraid of things I'm not comfortable with. It's so stupid. Like, I could just picture how much joy it would bring Natsuki if I let her join her passion, if I let her share her passion a little. I'm so angry that her friends are treating her like that. I'm going to get them back for it. Get them back? Yeah. I'll get them back. Making sure that this is the literature club that Natsuki wants, not the one they want. Suddenly, Sayori bursts through the door, making Monika and Yuri jump. With a very stern face, she marches over to Monika's desk and sits down next to her. I'm having an intervention! I can do that because I'm vice president. Is this about Natsuki? Yes! Yeah, I know. I messed up. I'm super sorry. I was just talking to Yuri about it. Really? I was so dismissive of her passion that she felt threatened and probably just unwelcome. Literally the opposite of what the literature club is supposed to be. I really need to make it up to her. Oh! Yay, I did it! Thanks for the intervention, Sayori. I'm glad we're on the same page. Friendship wins again! So how do you want to make it up to her? I have a plan. Sayori, do you know if Natsuki is coming to the club meeting today? I don't think she is. I see. I was afraid of that. Not because of her plan, but because she's facing the consequences of the damage that she's inadvertently caused. But the only way to do the right thing is to face it head on. Lazy to just duck away from conflict and wait for it to blow over. That's not enough. To really respect someone's feelings after you've hurt them is to face them and admit your wrongdoing. Not the wrongdoing of mismanaging the club, but the wrongdoing of disrespecting Natsuki's feelings. Okay, do you think you can get her to come to the meeting tomorrow? I can do that. Okay, awesome. Yuri, you don't have to worry about anything, but thank you for being my friend. You're a good listener. Fidgeting with her hair, Yuri turns away to hide a smile. Well, I guess for today, it's going to be a pretty quiet club meeting. I'm going to step out for a bit. Is that okay? Yeah, I'm just going to read with Yuri. Hey, is this one of Natsuki's books? How come it's out here? Yuri picks up a manga that was resting on an adjacent desk. Oh, that? Natsuki probably left it out by accident. But I thought she hasn't been coming to the club. Actually, Monika's been... Okay, Yuri. I'm sure it was just someone else who was using this classroom then. Okay? Monika smiles at them both. Then with a wave, she exits the club room. I really shouldn't have left that out. So Yuri catches on, she'll definitely tell Natsuki, and that would get really awkward. I wonder if there's a keyboard I could borrow from the music room. Time for the next club meeting has already arrived. Monika and Yuri are the first to arrive. I'm so worried. Think Yuri's going to be able to bring Natsuki? Yes. How do you know? Well, she's Sayori. You know, you're right. Time slowly passes. That's a fair reason. Monika sits, then stands up to pace around, then sits again. Yuri's eyes don't move from her book. Then, the door finally opens. Sayori marches inside. Behind her, Natsuki shuffles inside, nervously looking around the room. We're here! Welcome back! Monika, the club president, stands up and greets them with a smile. Sayori picks a desk and takes a seat. Natsuki sits closely next to her. Looking back and forth between the club members, Monika is struck with a nostalgic feeling. She would stand at the front of the club room just like this, struggling to picture just who may eventually be sitting before her. But imagination was never enough to predict just how unique and diverse each member would be. Each with her own struggles, her own reasons for seeking the vision that Monika had, admittedly so vaguely advertised. Seeking trust, understanding, respect. What new lessons will the future hold for the literature club? That's all the names of the shorts and the side stories. Realizing she's getting ahead of herself, Monika takes a deep breath and returns to the present.
Okay, everyone. The literature club is starting. We have an activity planned for today.
Monika turns around to face the chalkboard. On it, she writes manga in big letters.
Today, we're going to learn from an expert about a unique form of literature, manga.
Oh, come on!
Isn't this kind of forced?
I know you don't actually want to do this, so just... Monika shakes her head.
Natsuki.
This is the hardest part. Also, that was her first okay everyone, I just noticed. Or her first official okay everyone to everybody else. After making it this far, it would be so easy to just smile and move on. That's not enough. Not this time.
I'm sorry. It was wrong of me not to take you seriously when you were kind enough to show interest in my club. I thought about it. I realized how biased I was against manga. It caused me to disrespect you, and I'm sorry. But I think you deserve to be able to share your passion with us. So can I make it up to you?
Well, thanks, but... You're really doing this because Sayori told you to.
Wait, that's not true! Monika planned this all by herself. I didn't even get a chance to talk to her. I was witness to that as well. And this is the literature club. The literature club is a place where everyone gets to be themselves. We all have our own interests and our differences. It's my vision to let us freely express that. And it's my goal to respect everyone for them. I just want to learn about the things that make you happy. I think that you deserve to share that joy, as much as everyone else does. Is that okay?
Natsuki looks away and hesitates.
But... it's really dumb. The stuff I'm into.
Monika smiles. She kneels in front of Natsuki's desk, looking her straight in the eye.
If you like it, then it's not dumb. Oh, except for me! Sayori, you're not dumb either.
What the heck?
You guys are so weird. Oh, except for me!
Fine, I'll show you some of my manga. Only because you admitted that it's literature after all. Natsuki stands up. Oh yeah, I didn't say this before, but I'm actually into writing too. I'm kind of a pro. But I didn't want you to like me just for that.
Wow, really? I really did have you all wrong, Natsuki.
Yeah, whatever. Today's not about that anyway, right? It's about manga, so I hope you're ready. Bro, learning about manga.
Adorable.
A week has passed since Natsuki returned to the literature club. Since then, the club activity's been in full swing.
Oh yeah, I can read now.
Oh, okay. Each club member received a day in the spotlight to share all of their favorite kinds of literature with each other. As another meeting draws to a close, Monika approaches Natsuki on the way out.
Natsuki, are you in a hurry home or anything?
Me? Not particularly. Why? Not particularly. Why?
Oh, there was just something that I wanted to show you if you had a few minutes.
Sure. What is it?
It's not in here. Can you follow me to the music room?
Oh! The music room? Why?
Well, you'll see.
Oh, there it is! The music
Yo,
room PG!
look at it.
It's beautiful!
The new PG.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
You know, I was thinking back. When the club was just me and Sayori, we would talk about how we envisioned the club to turn out. We cared a lot about it being a place where people could express themselves. As you said something strange to me. You said that I was trying to make a club that I needed myself more than anyone. But I think it wasn't until you joined that I fully understood that. Because you really taught me a lot about myself, like things that I was probably always too stubborn to admit.
Oh, come on. You can't mean that. I didn't even do anything. I just, brought a bunch of manga, and then I got fussy when I didn't have my way. It's really stupid of me to make such a big deal out of it.
No, I honestly needed it. If you didn't express that you were hurt, I would have never realized that I did something wrong. Besides, your feelings are valid. They deserve to be heard and respected.
It's just really hard to feel that way sometimes. You know, like, I really shouldn't care about what other people think in the first place. But you're just criticized by everyone around you for being a certain way, and get really hard to just brush it off. It makes me start to feel like I'm the problem. Like I'm not doing enough to please everyone else. Am I being too entitled if I just want people to like me without me having to hide a bunch of stuff about myself? I don't think I am. It's just that sometimes people will try to appreciate me for who I actually am. As Monika listens, she recalls vividly how Natsuki's friends were treating her, and how naturally they did so. How long has she been fighting against that? Refusing to change for others?
I could only wish I was as strong as you are, Natsuki. You're so honest with yourself. I'm like, always trying to come off as a perfect for other people. Anytime there's like a hint of contention, I just crumble. But it's thanks to you that I really started thinking about this stuff. Really inspired me to start working on it.
But well, like I said, I didn't even do anything.
You were just being yourself. That's all you needed to do. Also, there's something else.
Monika takes a breath.
The thing is, I might have read a little bit of your manga.
What? You? What the heck? Why didn't you tell me?
I'm sorry. I think I just felt like kind of embarrassed to admit it. After I gave you such a hard time about it.
I can't believe you, of all people, are reading manga behind my back. That's so funny.
Yeah, well, I just flipped through one of them out of curiosity, but I ended up reading a whole bunch of it. But I mean, one of the characters was in a literature club. What are the chances, right?
You're reading Parfait Girls? Wow, you have good taste.
Just one volume. And I kind of just picked it out randomly.
Well, you have good intuition then. You have to tell me all your favorite parts.
Well, I think it was some kind of weird fate. Because the character isn't just in a literature club, he also plays piano. It's just weird because I've always wanted to learn piano. He was like the perfect person that I always wish I was, if I just did what I wanted instead of always second guessing myself.
Monika walks over to the piano. Down. There it is.
Beautiful.
Look at that. That's the wallpaper, and we can't replace it.
Never can replace it.
There it is.
I always felt like I should only share the absolute best parts of myself. Parts that will impress people or make them like me more. But after you joined the club, I really realized how self-destructive that mentality is. We share things because we want to express ourselves. Sharing experiences allows us to share emotions. And I just felt like I wanted to show you this, because if it wasn't for you, I would have never started playing.
Hey, I think the credit for that one goes to Parfait Girls, not me.
No. Well, maybe it's true that Fey Girls put the thought into my head. But it was still you who inspired me to keep practicing every day.
Every day?
Because, you know, you just make me feel like if I want to do something, I should just do it. I mean, I still haven't been practicing for very long. And I'm really not any good at it yet. Like, at all. But I wrote a song for club. And I worked really, really hard on it. Doesn't have any words or anything, but, well, yeah.
Oh.
Aww.
I just realized, is this the final side story?
No, there's 3 more.
They said 6. Do they count each part as a side story?
No, because each part doesn't
okay.
have the same
Okay,
pair.
okay,
it's the
not.
same pair.
This just feels very final. I don't know.
I think it's because we got the final club member.
Yeah, so they're officially a club now, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is 3 more. I was about to say, I was starting to feel a little worried. Okay, yeah, they're just like, cause it's like
No, because it's the same pair for both
yeah,
parts.
okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, okay, so it's just...
We're halfway. There's still
Yeah.
3 more.
They're just doing this because, yeah, okay, because they're officially a club now.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Look at that group photo.
Aw. That's nice.
That is adorable. Oh. That's all.
That was so good.
It was?
Yeah, are you kidding? You're like already a pro.
Not even close.
Does the song have a name? You said it was about the club, so...
Yeah. It's called My Song, Your Note.
Oh, that is where that song, it's in the music player.
Because everyone brings something so unique to the club. It's completely different from how I first imagined it, I think. But I was like such a selfish perfectionist. It shouldn't be about me, it should be about everyone. And it's all of you who helped shape the club into what it is. I would never change that.
Well, I think that's really thoughtful. And kind of flattering. Kind of feel like I don't deserve this much validation. I wasn't exactly very patient either when I first joined the club. It makes me feel like I should probably apologize too. I think I was just really fed up with a lot of things, and I got frustrated of not getting my way in the club. So, yeah. I really didn't mean to take it out on you. I was being really immature. If you get my stubborn butt to apologize, I guess you're doing something right.
It's fine. I'm past it too. I think we're already even. But it's really sweet that you were thinking about it. It takes a lot of maturity to reflect on that kind of thing.
Well, I wonder who I got it from.
Hmm?
Oh, never mind. Well, anyway, we're even as long as you let me keep my manga in the club room. You did admit that it's a form of literature. You totally can't take that back now.
You got me. The closet's all yours.
I'll tell you what. I'll bring in a little something for the club tomorrow. I want to do something nice in return.
What kind of little something?
Oh, you'll see. But I don't think you'll be disappointed. Oh, it's the cupcakes!
Yo.
Next club meeting ends up being a particularly tasty one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool. They didn't even have to show it. They just kind of was like,
You gotta set your